You are now listening to the Q&E Podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Q&E Podcast. Here with your boy Q Hicks right now. I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? We got a lot of sports to talk about today. I got a lot of takes. Quincy got a lot of takes.
The mics is hot.
A lot of wild stuff covered up. We'll get to that take. You'll understand the word wild in a second. A lot of wild stuff on this Wednesday. We'll get to it.
Yes, sir. If this is your first time listening to the Q&E Podcast, we are primarily sports podcast, but we do dive into entertainment, current events, films. If you haven't already, definitely look into our Lovecraft Country episode reviews. We are on episode 5 now, going into episode 6. So if you haven't started watching the show, definitely watch it. The show is lit. And then go and check out our reviews, man, afterwards to catch the Mr. Easter eggs and shit like that, bro. So definitely appreciate y'all for that. But we're going to dive into the NBA playoffs first. Biggest, craziest game of the night, bro. The Clippers is done. Edgar, bro, what's going on, bro? I don't even know what to say.
Oh, you going to let me start it?
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know
Let me just say this. LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, I don't want to see a line connecting them two anymore. I don't need to see a line connecting them two names anymore right now. I probably never again. I don't need to see either one of those names connected to each other ever again. What we saw last night was an absolute choke fest. 3 games. You had this team down 3-1. You couldn't finish the job. So getting to game 7, I ain't gonna hate on y'all too much for making it get to a game 7. But the fact that y'all got to a game 7 and got completely embarrassed. Like, for a point of time during the fourth quarter, Nuggets was up on the Clippers by like 20 points. Kawhi and Paul George, they combined for 24 points the whole night? And neither one of them scored.
in the fourth.
Yeah, like in the fourth. So I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy to me. And then Doc couldn't coach up any answers for anything. Coaching was just bad. PG didn't look like playoff P at all. I don't even know why we handed him like playoff P. I don't know why we handed that nickname back to him after like 2 games actually showing up. So playoff P just, oh my God, I don't want to talk about that. But Kawhi Leonard, I said this on Twitter, and I'm going to say it right now, just get my hot take out the way. The Spurs chip don't count. The Toronto chip is respected.
Now you wildin'.
But that has a question mark on it. That has a question mark on it because we know if Durant and Klay Thompson were healthy and was able to be on that team, the Warriors was going to win that finals. We know that. So
but that's not what happened.
But that's why I said I'm not going to take the Toronto one away. But we still know in the back of our heads, you got away with that one. You just did what you were supposed to do.
That's a championship that is counted.
You did your job and didn't fail. But now it's full pressure. You're the best player on the court in this situation. You got the better team. You got the deeper bench. Like, you got the quote-unquote better coach. And you can't get the job done? Not only that, Jamal Murray dropped 40 on y'all. This Clippers team was hyped up to be the best defensive team in the league this year. Were they not? They were also hyped up to be the better LA team this year. Were they not? And they got completely exposed on the defensive and offensive end. I need everybody to stop that Kawhi better than LeBron jump right now. Next season, have hopes for that next season. But for right now, and for the remainder of the offseason until the NBA come back, Kawhi need to be quiet. I need everybody who Kawhi fans to be quiet. Floor is yours. I don't want to hear it no more.
Clippers, bro. What happened? That's all I want to know. I just need the answer to that question, bro. What happened? I'm out here talking shit about y'all, man, saying y'all got this wrapped up in 5. I'm on my high horse saying y'all finna give the Lakers a run for their money. Y'all blow it in the second round. Y'all trade 5 first-round picks and Shea for PG to score 0 and shoot shit off the side of the backboard in the fourth. That's what we traded. That's what y'all traded that nigga for. Come on, bro. I have nothing to say. I was speechless last night. I thought this series was over in 5. It looked like it was gonna be over in 5. It got to 7. I was still talking shit about the Clippers, and then y'all do this. Kawhi, I thought you were better than this. I called you the second version of Kobe, and you do this to me?
Max Kellerman said he was better than Kobe. I was like, oh, yeah.
I ain't never said that.
No, I'm saying Max did. Max Kellerman said that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yeah, y'all wildin'. Here y'all go. Only reason I say the Spurs chip don't count is because
that's what I was supposed to
say. He was like the third or fourth option on that team.
No,
he did his thing defensively. He made his name that year defensively the way he guarded LeBron. But it's like, come on, bro. You got Tim Duncan, a first ballot Hall of Famer.
You can argue he was the best player on that team. You could definitely argue that. You can argue he was the best player on that team.
You're not going to do that.
Yes.
You're being disrespectful.
Yes.
You're being disrespectful to Tim Duncan.
Yes. You can argue he was the best player on that team. You got to think, this is an old Timmy we're talking about.
And he was still putting up buckets and one of the top 10 players in the league.
He clamped up LeBron and was giving you 20 points a game. What are we talking about?
Tim Duncan was still the top 10 player in the league at that moment.
That counts.
Tim Duncan was still the top 10 player in the league.
But I'm talking about in that series.
He still wasn't in that series.
In that series, he was the best player on that team. You were claiming LeBron and giving me 20 a game?
The top three people I wanted with the ball in their hand at that moment was Tim Duncan, Ginobili, and Tony Parker.
That, though. We ain't talking about that. You said he was the fourth option. He was the fourth best player on that team. Was he not? Did you not say that?
He was the third or fourth best player.
And now you lying. Because he was better than Parker and he was better than Ginobili in that series, flat out. Flat out better than both of them in that series.
So you trusted the ball in Kawhi's hands over Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili in that
He was
series.
hitting clutch shots that series. Are you kidding me?
He was hitting clutch shots.
That counts.
So I'm saying,
even though I don't want the ball in your hands, that's the same thing with Iggy. So you don't count Iggy's championship when he was getting that Finals MVP? Do we not count that one?
We count that, but we're not putting him as best player on the team. Like, no, you're saying he was the best player on that team. He was
first or second best player on that team. Yes, in that series. In that series, he was the first or second.
Kawhi Leonard was not the best player on that team.
In that series.
He was not in that series. No.
Oh, you're crazy.
No, it was definitely Tim Duncan.
We can look up stats. When you're clamping LeBron or slowing him down at least, and when you're giving me 20 to 22 points on the offensive end, you are the best player.
No.
What are we talking about here? It doesn't count. How does it not count? He didn't cheat. He didn't cheat the system. He didn't.
Pressure was at an all-time minimum.
Huh?
The pressure was at an all-time minimum.
What does that mean? He still won a ship. It was a lot of people
wet behind the ears at that time in the league.
He
was
new
to that level of.
You was new
to that level of play. What?
No. When you clamping up Braun on one end and when you giving me buckets on the other end, bro,
there was no pressure on Kawhi Leonard.
It don't matter about pressure.
Yes, it does.
Pressure. No, it doesn't. That counts. That counts, bro. That counts. So you telling me since it wasn't no pressure on Dallas in that series against the Heat, that Dallas championship don't count. It was no pressure on Dallas. Everybody knew Miami was supposed to win that series. Dallas was going in with no pressure.
That's different. You're counting a whole team as opposed to one player. What are you talking about?
No, it's not different. You just telling me since he had no pressure, it don't count.
But you're saying that he was the best player on that team in that series.
I can argue he was, yes.
No, he wasn't, bro. No.
Yes, he was.
That Dallas comparison is not the same at all.
When you're guarding the best player and slowing him down, and when you're giving me 20, how can I do better than that? How can I do better than that? That counts. And that's his best championship. I can argue that's his best one. What are you talking about?
Can't go for that. Can't count.
No, that's his. I can argue that's his best one. He wasn't the leader of that team like he was in Toronto. When it comes to
being compared to the other greats that you're being compared to, I can't count that.
That counts, bro.
Same way. I don't count the championships that KD won with. Okay,
that's different, bro.
No, I'm just saying. Different. No, I'm just saying, like, I don't count KD's, so I'm not counting Kawhi's. I'm not. There was no pressure on KD to win that finals. It wasn't. You had the best backcourt in the league.
That's different, bro.
You were on a team where they literally didn't need you.
But they lost the year before. They lost the year before with the same team. He came back and got better and was slowing down Bron and was getting buckets. They lost to the Spurs the year before, or the Heat beat the Spurs the year before. They came back, got better, and he was slowing down LeBron better. What are you talking about?
Go for that.
What are you talking about? Now I got to look up stats. I got to look up series stats.
Spurs chip don't count. Can't count it.
I got to look up series stats. What was this man averaging? Damn, it's messing up right now. Hold on.
I can't count it. I just can't.
He was averaging.
When it
he
comes,
was second in scoring behind Tony Parker. Tony Parker had 18 and he had 17.8. And you add in the fact that he's guarding the best player on the other team and slowing him down? No, you're the best player. He's the best player on that team. Timmy D only averaged 15 to 10. Good stats, solid stats, but not best player on the team. Huh?
So you're averaging a double-double.
No, it's good stats. Don't get me wrong, but no, that's not best player on the team. Kawhi was the best player on that team, bro. Kawhi was the best player on that team, bro. I'm looking at the stats right now, clear as day. He averaged almost 18 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 1.5 blocks. What are you saying? That counts.
Read Timmy stat line.
15, 10, 2, 0.5 steals, 0.8 blocks.
Solid.
They're solid, but they're not the best player. They're not the best player stats. He had the best stats, and he had the best performance. He had the best performance. He was the best player on that team.
I'm not hearing it.
We got to make a poll.
I'm gonna win the poll. Like I always win the poll. I always win the poll.
No, you're not. Who was the best player in that final series? Timmy Duncan, Tony Parker, or Kawhi? It's Kawhi by a landslide.
Put all 4 names. Put all 4 names. We can put
Ginobili had 14, but he ain't.
No, I'm just saying. Put all 4 names just so we can get a clear stat on that. And I guarantee you, it's not Kawhi not gonna be the number one.
That just came out of your mouth.
Kawhi not gonna
don't count. That don't count.
Not counted. When it comes to being
arguably his best one.
When it comes to being compared to the other greats, I'm not counting that one.
That's crazy.
I'm not.
That counts, bro.
The pressure wasn't there. The pressure wasn't there. It wasn't your team. Like it's not the same, bro. This was your one chance for this to be your team, for you to be the lead.
But
man.
he won last season.
But that's what I'm saying. This is your team. Like this, and it's not the East. Like you're in the West, because we always love to say it's the East, blah, blah, blah. You're in the West. You have, quote, unquote, the best team in the West. You have, quote, unquote, the best defensive team, quote, unquote, the deepest bench in the NBA, and you're at the head of it. And you're said by some people in the basketball fandom and basketball analysis world, you're a top 3 player in the league. Some people will put you top 1. So show me that. Like, you had no – and you got this team down 3-1. And you mean to tell me you fold 3 games, like, back-to-back in a row like that? Nah.
He has no excuse for this season. I fully agree. But to say his San Antonio championship does not count, it's straight blasphemy. Blasphemy. Like I said, I can argue just because he was clamping LeBron the way he was that was his best championship. And I agree with you. I agree with you with the fact.
But it was between the San Antonio one and the Toronto one. You can say, yeah, that was his best one between those two.
Because I agree with you to the fact of if KD and Klay, even if Klay was playing, I feel like Golden State would have won. But the fact that both of them were out, I feel like he got, he won. So, yes, you have to count that championship.
But I'm saying, he did what he was supposed to do. He just did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He did what he's supposed to. It's not his fault they got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So you can't blame him for that. So, yeah, so those count. But I still feel like the San Antonio championship is his best one because of what he did to LeBron. So I have to count that one. It don't matter the pressure, though, bro. I can't implement pressure when you're doing what you did on the court.
The pressure matters. The pressure, the moment, the lead, the what's at stake, the finally building the Clippers brand to be something that y'all went there to make it. Like, all that counts. You mean to tell me none of that counts? All that counts.
I said I agree with you about the Clippers thing. But to say his San Antonio one don't count is what I found.
Because that wasn't your team. That wasn't.
Oh my!
You weren't the leader of that. That wasn't your team.
He wasn't the leader, but he was the best player on the court.
Wasn't that either?
He was the best player on the court. Oh my goodness! Let's move on. Let's move on. So, like I said, the Clippers are done. Obviously, I'm highly upset because I thought they were going to beat the Lakers and probably win the finals. But now here we are, Nuggets and Lakers. But, bro, what do you think is going to happen with the future of the Clippers? You think they coming back or what, man?
I mean, don't Kawhi and PG, they got one more year on there, don't they?
Probably got
coming back for one more year. 2 more?
2 more years on their contract. But I'm saying, you think a trade finna happen? You think Doc I think Doc gone.
No, Doc on the hot seat. He on the hot seat. He ain't going, though. If Doc
Doc
gets
out of
fired,
there.
that'll be crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that'll be
I
crazy.
wouldn't even be surprised, bro. What I just seen in this playoffs.
That'll
I
be
wouldn't be
crazy.
surprised. And Doc really has gotten away with this for a long time. He's had some of the best rosters of all time. The 2013 through 2017 Clippers. We don't talk about that roster enough. That roster was stacked.
Yeah.
JJ Redick, Jamal Crawford, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan.
You don't even make a conference finals?
You don't make a conference finals? What are you doing? We didn't slander. Go.
This is his third or fourth. No, his third 3-1 lead that he's blown in his career. Like, he's the only coach in history to have multiple 3-1 like comebacks like that.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
We don't slander Doc enough for those earlier Clipper days, but he's gonna catch hell for this one, bro. And with all your time with the Clippers, you have underachieved, and I think we can all agree to that. He is underachieved with his teams.
Exactly.
And Edgar, you brought up a poll. You put a poll up. What was the poll? I forgot what the question was.
Checking it right now. Hold on.
Edgar had put up a poll about if Doc Rivers a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, is Doc Rivers still a first ballot Hall of Fame coach? I feel like last night, it's no definite answer yet, but last night definitely put a question mark on that.
What the poll say?
It's still only 10 votes. 50-50.
50-50.
50 people say yes, 50 people say no.
And I'm on the fence. I think Doc will still get in, being that I don't know any other first ballot head coaches. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you got the Fields, the easy ones, the Fields, the Pops. But who else? You feel what I'm saying? I feel like Doc would have to be because of those Celtics days.
We had to talk about Eric Spoelstra earlier because you were going on about how he still has to kind of prove himself to win a chip without LeBron and all that. But I was saying that I feel like Coach Eric Spoelstra is building his first ballot Hall of Fame resume now. Like, the fact that he's doing what he's doing with this Heat team, and nobody expected this. And for the past few years now, the Heat have always been like either a playoff or cusp of the playoffs type team, and he's been doing well with the talent that he has, and he's still very young. He still has a long coaching career to go to still – I don't see him coaching anybody other than the Heat. So I feel like he still has an opportunity to win multiple championships or at least one still within his coaching career. And I feel like even if Spoelstra never wins a chip again, I feel like multiple playoff appearances, possible finals appearances, I feel like that'll be good enough for him to make it first ballot in the Hall of Fame. As long as when he loses, it's a situation where you just lost to the better team. Now, if it's a situation where you're starting to blow stuff, then I'll see the question marks. But if you just end up losing to the better team in certain situations, I can't fault you for that.
Yeah. So Spo is not one yet because, like I was telling him earlier, man, LeBron, people still credit LeBron more than they credit Spo for those championships, and for good reason. But Spo has to win with this team. If he gets this team to the finals, that's his best coaching job ever. So he's gonna get a lot of credit for this, you know what I'm saying, moving forward. So that's obviously gonna build his Hall of Fame resume, but not yet. Not on that Hall of Fame, or at least not first ballot at all. But going back to Doc Rivers and his Hall of Fame status, I don't know, bro. Is this really going to affect him, or are we going to remember the Celtics days more than we remember the Clippers days, Doc? Which one is going to pop in your head first?
Of course, the Celtics. That's going to pop up first. Whenever you think about Doc Rivers, it's going to be the Celtics.
And if you think of the Celtics, I think he's a first ballot. If that's the first thought that comes to your head, I think he's first ballot for that. But if you think of the Clippers, Doc first, he's not first ballot at all.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Celtics days are automatically going to pop up first with people. Only people that won't pop up first with are like younger generation people who see Doc now as a Clippers or who have been just seeing him as a Clippers coach, not really Boston. But yeah, I feel the same way. When you think about Boston, automatic first ballot Hall of Fame coach. But once you start really diving into the career, it's like the further he gets into his career, the more it's starting to be questionable. And that's what I worry about with Doc. It's like you started off with a hell of a resume. And then even at first when you got with the Clippers and you weren't really making it yet, you were still, like you said, the rosters that you had, you still were like doing very well regular season-wise, coaching-wise. Like I feel like just the later you're getting in your career, you should be progressing, not digressing.
But this is what I was telling Edgar too. I feel like more people are going to remember the Celtics days and also the wins. A lot of people go more by wins when they look at Hall of Fame resumes. And I think we gave him a shout out on a couple pods ago. I think he's like 11th or about to be top 10 in wins in NBA history. So things like that, statistics like that is going to get Doc in that first ballot Hall of Fame range because of things like that. I'm pretty sure everybody that's in that top 10 in wins has probably been a first ballot Hall of Famer if just off common knowledge. So I would assume that if Doc gets in that, he will be first ballot moving forward, though. But he has underachieved, though, with the Clippers, bro. Like I said, stack rosters twice? Oh, my goodness. This is crazy, bro. I think Doc is gone. I think Doc going to move more into a front office role, but I think he's going to give up the coaching reins.
Nah. I don't see. You think he gonna give up being a coach?
Give up? They gonna say he gave it up, but really it's gonna be firing and behind it. But they
I thought you meant like coach. I thought you meant coaching in general. I was gonna be like, no, Doc still got plenty.
He need to do some counseling, come down from the front office or whatever. But I don't think he's gonna be a full-time coach with the Clippers. I don't think he'll be on.
Oh, you're talking about specifically for the Clippers. I thought you were talking about for other team.
No, because I think he's gonna move into the front office. I think they're gonna say he parted ways. They mutually parted ways with him being a coach, but he's gonna move into a front office role with the Clippers and have somebody else, somebody younger, maybe Sam Cassell get the head coaching role with them. I don't know. So they can bring in a fresh face, a new voice, because it looked like by the end of that series they wasn't even listening to Doc. Whatever Doc was saying, it was just like that shit was falling on deaf ears.
Because it's like you made that point. I think like a week or so ago, it's like with Giannis, you made that point of F what the coach say. Like, I'm finna go out here and do what I'm finna do because I know I can produce and get the stats that I need to get to push us over and get us the dub. Mm-hmm. That wasn't what was going on. It was like it was like a no respect type listening.
That's what I'm saying.
There's I hear what you're saying, but let me do this real quick type listening. And then there's we out of this. I'm just not even finna listen to you at this point.
Exactly. And that's how it was at the end of that series, bro. Because at the end of the games, they're blowing them. They blew it 3 straight times. They had a double-digit lead in all 3 of these last 3 games.
Exactly.
And you blew them. That's coaching. That's on the players most definitely, but that's coaching as well. So either y'all not listening to what the coach got to say, something going on behind closed doors.
And then Lou Will came out. I think it was Lou Will earlier today. Either earlier today or last night, he came out and said the chemistry on the team just wasn't right.
We don't want to hear none of that bullshit.
I don't want to hear none of that. What are you talking about?
I don't want to hear none of that.
The chemistry was great during the regular season.
Hey.
Like, I don't want to hear none of that.
Hey, you heard that shit PG had said that this wasn't a championship or bust season?
Yeah, I was like, what? You don't come – now, that's something you don't come out and say to the media.
Bro.
How y'all said MPJ ain't supposed to come out and say certain stuff? That was something you're not supposed to say to the media.
He need to get traded for that.
In the locker room. Like,
he need to get traded for that, boy. That's crazy.
Bro. Dude,
you had the best roster.
Even if that is true, you don't come out and say that, bro. That's something y'all just keep in the locker room amongst yourselves. Like,
yeah, y'all had the best roster. Yeah, this was championship or bust easily. Championship.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this was definitely a championship or bust team. Bro. Now, like I heard Stephen A. say earlier today, if this 3-1 thing happened in the conference finals with the Lakers, there would be less weight. They'll still be criticized because it's like you let somebody come back down 1-3 on you, but it's like it's the Lakers, it's LeBron, it's AD. It's like, hey, that's talent that you just can't turn your nose up at. Like that, we've seen Bron come back from stuff like that before. But second round of the playoffs, you didn't even make it to the conference finals after you were the clear favorite by almost a unanimous decision around the basketball world that the Clippers were going to be the team to win the finals this year, and y'all get eliminated in the second round in humiliating fashion. Oh yeah, I can't respect that.
Hey,
I gotta agree right now. Off the top of my head, biggest choke by a superstar in NBA history at the moment.
I could agree. And, but PG need to be packing his bags right now for what he said. I think they probably need to ship that nigga to Washington or something. Try to get B. Bill or something. Y'all should be trying to get B. Bill, man. Trade Montrez and Paul George them over to Washington, man. Try to get B. Bill. At least B. Bill can close the game. You know what you're going to get from Bill at the end of a game.
Exactly.
Come on, bro. You get 0 out of your best 2 players in the fourth? None of the team could hit anything in the fourth. They were 0 for 10 8 minutes into the fourth quarter. 0 for 10. Oh, my God. I'm so embarrassed, bro.
They didn't – I don't even think the team scored in, like, the first 7 minutes of the fourth quarter.
They didn't. That's what I said. They were 0 for 10. Yeah.
Like –
that's crazy, bro.
I'm talking about the whole team, not just PG and Kawhi.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Congratulations to the Nuggets. I damn sure didn't see this, but hey, y'all got here, bro. So,
what's your prediction though for Lakers and Nuggets?
Lakers. I was about to ask you Lakers and how many. I wasn't even finna ask you who gonna win.
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 4. But let's talk about Jamal Murray a little bit, bro. Is Jamal Murray a top 5 point guard in the league?
Right now, I would say yes, automatically. He's proved it. Over these past 2 series, he's proved it.
I mean, you putting him above Kimba? You putting him above Kimba?
Right now, yeah. He's only had one during this playoffs. He's really only had like one game you really could look at and be like, man, just one out of all the games he done played.
I will put him behind. Lillard. Probably Lillard. So probably third. Steph, Dame, Murray. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I feel like I would have him. I feel like I would have him above Kimba. But I still feel like
we're counting players not in the bubble.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm talking about the Stephs. But I will only put Steph and Dame above him right now, though. Honestly, I will only put Steph.
I was about to say right now, I still put him because he's actually playing. So you have no choice but to put him in there. So yeah, even including players not in the bubble right now, I put him up there.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. That nigga that came a long way. I did not see this for him. He wasn't even in my top 8 PGs coming into this bubble, and he's showing out for sure, bro. I think he had 40 last night. Yeah, man. So shout out to Murray. Jokic was getting loose.
If the 40 piece would have happened in Game 6 and last night, you would have owed me $5. But it only happened in one night. So I get it.
I told Edgar, bro, I ain't even want that little $5, bro. Just because the Clippers lost, I'm still upset, bro. I ain't even want that $5, bro. All right, bro. Let's move on to the Celtics versus Heat Game 1. One of the best games, bro. One of the best games. And I was telling Edgar, bro, that before we even dive into this series, we should keep this neutral site thing going. This is the best playoffs I've seen in my life. Let's keep this going. And it's because, I don't know if it's because of no fans or if it's just because it's neutral or what, but we got to keep this alive. This is the best playoffs we have seen, bro. This really shows you who is the best team. You ain't got nobody to back you up. You ain't got no energy from the fans. Who are the best players on the court? And this is really showing it. This playoffs is really showing it, bro. I don't
even feel like it's showing who are the best players on the court. I think we're just seeing who are the most hungry players on the court. I feel like that's really what we're seeing. Because we know the best players on the floor, whether they choke or not, or whether they just don't, whether they underachieve or not. We know talent-wise who the best players are. It's like we know Kawhi, that dude. Like one-on-one with a lot of players, we know he that dude. But we seeing who got more heart. We seeing who wants it more. We seeing without fans, like in a boxing match. In a boxing match, closed doors, nobody in here, just me and you duking it out one-on-one. We're going to see who better. Like without a referee, like stopping us from like really getting at it, let's see who really got it. Let's see who can do this one-on-one. And I feel like that's the mentality that a lot of these players we're seeing. This Devin Booker and Phoenix Suns team that we saw in the bubble, no fans, just straight basketball with a little bit of crowd noise in the back, and it's just us in here, we're going to see who want it more. And I feel like that's what we're seeing with a lot of teams and a lot of different players. We already knew Jimmy Butler was like this. It's just we've seen it at a real close view now that there is no extra stuff to look at. We're looking strictly at the court. So I feel like we got to see a lot more.
Bro, Jimmy Butler is the biggest dog in the league. I was saying this last night when he was hitting the biggest shots of the game. He's the biggest dog, bro. And I don't think nobody got more dog in them than Jimmy Butler, bro. The most goon dude in the league, bro. So shout out to Jimmy. The Heat got the game 1 W. Shout out to Bam for that block. Oh my God, bro.
I thought the wrist was finna break.
Hey, that was better than that one finger block by Kawhi.
Yeah, low key.
That was better than that one finger block, man. So, damn, shout out to Bam.
Like Tatum literally had it in the basket.
Bro.
Bam was like, yeah, let me just carry
When
this
Tatum hurt that corner, I thought he was finna yam that.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was a body.
I thought he was finna yam it. The fact that Bam came over there, no fear, said, give me that. Best block I've ever seen, bro. I know everybody.
Best block of the season. Best block of the season by far.
I know everybody was talking about, is it the best block of the playoffs? And everybody was talking about, it's that LeBron Game 7. I was like, I don't know.
If we talk about an actual block, then this block was better than that. But
that's what I'm saying. But everybody was talking about the circumstances of that block.
Yeah, the circumstances, the impact of the game, the timing of the game, like all of that, all that went into fact. Like the fact that he was on the away team during that game in Oracle and all that, it was so many factors that went into that. So that's why most people say that. But if we're talking about literally which block was better, like the Bam block was obviously better.
That Bam block.
We've seen way better blocks than that chase down block. LeBron got better chase down blocks than that Game 7 block. But
probably in this playoffs.
Yeah, but just that block is going to hold so much more weight over other ones.
Yeah. So if we take out the circumstances, I would definitely say Bam block is better, bro, because that junk was crazy. Like you said, wrist was going like this. He blocked it. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Bam. And we had this conversation before, bro, about how D-Russ was right. I'm going to say it. I would build my team around Bam now, bro. I take back what I said. I'm not doing Luka no more. I'm going Bam. I agree with D-Russ, bro. I agree with
I can't blame him because I also said I build around Luka. I also said that.
Now, you said Tatum.
Oh, that's what I said. Tatum and then Luka and then Bam. That's what I said. I forgot we had three of them.
Because we was talking about Luka and Tatum mostly.
Yeah, who would we build around first? I said I'll build around Tatum first and then Luka and then Bam. So, yeah. Just for the fact that we're in such a guard-heavy league right now.
Exactly. That's really why I gave it to Luka, man. But what I seen last night, just his impact, man. We just look at offensive stats too much, man. And we get caught up on it. Even though Jason Tatum had a hell of a night last night. He had 30 and 15 last night going crazy. But just his impact in general, the fact that he can guard 1 through 5, the fact that he's so athletic, the fact that he's starting to get that little mid-range shot now, it's like he's starting to come into his own now, bro. And I would not be surprised, bro, if he is the best overall center in the league. Jokic is the best offensive center, but he don't play no defense. But if we're talking about overall center, he can be that by next season if he get that little mid.
Yeah, most definitely, especially over the offseason. Like if he keep building his body up and everything, he might look like Giannis, but actually be better than Giannis. It'll probably get to that point.
Oh yeah, I would agree. He's on that same level as Giannis. I think Giannis gets more touches.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he gets more touches. That's why his stats are way more crazy. But the games aren't that far off. They're really not. You know what I'm saying? So
now that I can agree with. When you said Ben Simmons, I was like, nah, I just don't see that. But Bam, I can see that because like literally damn near same build, same height, same length, same physical attributes on the floor. Like that's when I can see that comparison. I just feel like Ben Simmons just doesn't give me the same physical presence that Giannis does. But Bam by far gives the same physical presence. And
that's the difference. So I've taken time to reflect. So I reflected on my statement. And maybe I was wrong about my statement. But still, I think Ben Simmons will be the better player. Because I think he can do more. And I brought up the fact last week. I was like, man, Giannis's point, a lot of people point to Giannis's jump shot and say that's his biggest weakness. When I was like, nah, I think it's really his handles because he can't get to the basket whenever he wants. And I had brought up Ben Simmons. I was like, Ben can get to the basket whenever he wants, but you sag off of him so crazy. But I was like, Miami was guarding tight on Giannis, and he still couldn't get to the bucket. So I'm like, damn, if you guarding tight on Ben like that, Ben is blowing by you. And that's easy. And I'm like, bro, Ben just got to get a mid-range jump shot, and we will see the full package. And I'm telling you, he will be a better player than Giannis, and I think he will be on the same level as that. But he got Embiid in the paint that's holding him back. So, but yeah, like I said, I've taken time to reflect. Maybe I was wrong.
Just say it. Get rid of the baby. I said I was wrong a couple days ago with Derek here and everything. Say you was wrong. Just say it.
Nah, because I said I was wrong last night. I said I was wrong about the Clippers. I said I was wrong too many times.
You didn't say it on the pod. You didn't say it on the pod.
Hey, I was wrong about the Clippers.
Okay, thank you.
I was wrong about the Clippers, man.
You get a lot of wrong takes when the red light isn't on. I need you to do it when the light is on. Thank you. Now, if the light wasn't on, you definitely would have said that.
I was wrong about the Clippers, and maybe I was wrong about Ben Simmons and them being the same. But like I said, Ben Simmons would be the best player, a better player. Let's move on. Let's move on, bro. All right, now we get to the NFL, bro. So the week 1 of the NFL was this past week, and it was a lot of good games, bro. But I want to start off with the Saints versus Bucks game, man. A lot of expectations coming in this one. Edgar, what you seeing on the field, bro?
The Bucks played like the Bucks last season. It's just a lot of new names on the team right now.
You missed Jameis, didn't you?
And no one missed anybody. I don't even know who you're talking about. Like, who is that? I don't know who you're talking about.
You missed Jameis. You seeing Jameis on that sideline.
Stop mentioning blind people. That's not nice. You're talking about
that boy got eyes now. He ain't blind no more.
I don't know who you're talking about.
He ain't blind.
Anyways, we had a lot of sloppy mistakes. Not going to lie. We played very undisciplined. I feel like with Brady it wasn't that long that he had to train and practice with this group, but I feel like just 2 weeks with Brady, discipline should be the last thing that y'all have a problem with after 2 weeks. Like, y'all don't need any discipline problems after that. So the fact that y'all had a little over a month, maybe a month and a half to like really get some training in and stuff like that with Brady and actually get one-on-one time with him and on the field time with him, I feel like there shouldn't have been even half as many stupid penalties that we had. I feel like that was a problem for us last year offensively. Defensively, penalties didn't bother us that much.
But it's a regime thing though. Like, you can't look at Brady thinking Brady finna not or finna stop y'all penalty woes. That ain't got nothing to do with him.
But it was a lot of false starts. It was just a lot of sloppy play that Brady is not used to. I'm looking at this. I'm like, Brady really not used to this shit. He not used to having a spectacular play, but having to go back like 15 yards because somebody was holding or because somebody was had another false start like 2 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not used to stuff like that. So I feel like we definitely have to fix that. Mike Evans, until like the last 2 minutes of the game, just could not get open.
Tripping, bro.
Yeah,
stopping on routes and shit. I'm like, what are you doing?
I vouch for Mike Evans a lot. I've been calling Mike Evans a top 3 receiver in the league. He disappointed me this first game. I know it's not going to be a reoccurring thing, but this first game he did disappoint me. Couldn't get open. I read a fact that over the past however many seasons, I forgot how many seasons they said, he hasn't caught a pass on Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah. Marshawn Lattimore clamps him every game. Holds him to 0 catches. 0.
I'm like, this has to end, Mike. It has to. This can't be a team that you play twice every year and you don't get no catches on this man.
No catches.
I was like, no, this can't happen,
bro.
And then I just feel like Brady also slipped up a few times as well.
Oh,
he made a few throwing errors. I'm like, bro, like, I'm reading the coverage and I'm not even on the field. Like, it was a couple of passes. I was like, okay, Mike messed up on this one, but I was like, this one Brady definitely messed up on. Like, it was that one pick six. It was the second pick six they had in the game. No, they only had one pick six. It was the pick six that he threw, and I'm like, bro, the receiver is running a comeback route, and he has 2 defenders on. He has 1 safety up top watching, and he got the linebacker right there. I'm like, why would you throw the comeback route when you got 2 or 3 other routes going? Somebody clearly jumped there. I'm like, I can see that. How can you not see that? You Tom Brady. So it was a lot of mistakes on the field. Defensively, I feel like we did a decent job because we almost came back. It was just offensively, we couldn't get the job done. So it's a lot of drawing board stuff that we got to go back to. Shout out to the Saints, though. But one thing I will say, we played very sloppily offensively, and we were still in this game. Like, I feel like that says a lot about our defense, and that says a lot about the Saints at the same time. It's like, hey, y'all won, but y'all should have definitely blew us out by the way we poorly performed. So,
yeah, y'all defense played a hell of a game, bro. But I want to go back to that Marshawn Lattimore point, man. I don't think he fit that. I remember they played – Marshawn Lattimore had a bad hamstring, and he still held this man to 0 catches. So I don't know if this man giving him nightmares at night or what, but Mike Evans got to tighten up. Or Brady got to start throwing to somebody else. God win.
Yeah, we got other targets, and ain't like we got –
And why Gronk didn't play? Gronk barely played. I thought he was going to get some love. He barely played on Sunday.
I don't know.
But shout out to the Saints though, bro. I ain't got much to say about that game, bro. It was a beat down in my opinion, even though it was close. But let's talk about the Michael Thomas injury moving forward though, bro. I think he is going to be out for a couple of 2 to 3 weeks. How do you feel like this will impact them moving forward? Being that he is the definitely the biggest weapon. I don't know who else is next.
Yeah, he the biggest weapon on the Saints right now. They got Emmanuel Sanders, so that's definitely a great backup if Michael Thomas goes down. I feel like it'll hurt them a little bit, but I trust Drew Brees. I trust Emmanuel Sanders. I trust the rest of this Saints offense to still generate wins. The fact that Drew Brees, of all people, was able to get hurt and Teddy came in and was still able to function with that offense and produce while Brees was out, and Brees came back in and they still kept that flow. I feel like it's the same way with Michael Thomas in a sense. As long as there are still other key parts of that offense performing, I feel like the Saints can still get the job done. If they lose to a better team, like a better matchup, I wouldn't be surprised. Like if they play somebody to their caliber or maybe higher and they lost, I'll just be like, okay, they just had a simple loss. But I don't see them losing any games that they should win just because Michael Thomas is out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Michael Thomas' injury is going to be huge. I could see them losing their next. I could see them losing their next 3 games, honestly, bro. He's that big of their offense. He's that big.
Who they play next for their next 3?
Ooh, next three Saints games? Let me hold on. Saints next 3 games. They got the Raiders, they got the Packers, and they got the Lions.
Raiders is a dub. Lions is a dub. Packers, they might lose to.
Like I said, he's going to be that big that they're going to miss him that much that they will lose to the Raiders. Raiders played well last week, too. So shout out to the Raiders. We ain't going to talk too much about them, but the Raiders played well. All right, bro, let's dive into this Cam. Cam with the Patriots got loose, bro.
Yeah.
I think he had 155 yards passing, 75 yards rushing on like 15 carries and like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cam was looking real nice. She looked healthy.
And best dressed this week for the NFL.
I mean, and that's always, though. But
oh, yeah, always. I had to highlight that, though. That suit was clean.
Yeah, that's always, though. But, man, Cam was getting loose. He looked healthy. That's really what I wanted to see. Did he look healthy? And it was just so good to see watching my man. I didn't watch it live.
Lean. He looked lean. He looked muscular. Yeah. He
that's
looked
the skinniest I've seen Cam.
He looked like he been playing with this team already for a season or so. Like he just looked well into it. He looked
I don't agree with that.
No, I feel like he played. He looked like he played at least a couple games with them already.
I felt like they kept it real safe and real simple in that first game, and a lot of people. Yeah. I mean, it's the first week. And this is we got to take that into account for all of these teams. It's only the first week of the season, no preseason. So we can't really too much overreact to what's going on. But I feel like what's going on the offense. Do you think the offense will stay the same moving forward with Cam 15 carries type shit?
Yeah, because you can't have a quarterback like Cam and not give him that.
Do you think he lasts?
Do I think he'll last?
Last the season.
He has no choice but to.
You can't keep that offense and expect him to last, bro. You got to at least reduce the carries. 15 carries is a lot.
Especially when we all have said, like, this receiving core, we can't blame Cam with this receiving core if they don't go that far. So we've said that multiple times. So you have no choice but to kind of go with that system of integrating 10 to 15 runs with Cam per game. Like, you have to. Like, that has to be a part of your system.
And this makes me look at Belichick with a raised eyebrow. Because I'm like, yeah, obviously he doesn't have the weapons. And we're going to get into that a little later, into the weapons issue. But are you trying to use him up? I feel like he really doesn't want him to be the quarterback next season the way he's using Cam right now. I feel like you can't want him to be your future or sign him to a 2-year, 3-year contract after this season if you're using him the way you using him. You feel what I'm saying? He's taking big hits every week. I'm like, damn, I don't know.
That's assuming he takes big hits every week. I feel like with this
week.
I don't know. I don't know, man. First, it's a division game. So I feel like division teams know you very well. And no matter how trash the Dolphins may be at times or whatever, it's a division game. And that O-line versus that D-line, it might be a little bit harder to guard these defensive linemen who play you twice a season, every season. Like, they know you a little bit better than other teams. So you might take a couple of big hits versus the Dolphins as opposed to the Ravens defense, or as opposed to the who else defense? The Bengals defense or something like that. You're playing a team that plays you multiple times throughout the year, each year. So I don't know. I ain't going to say he's going to take big hits every week. I feel like, plus, he's grown more mentally with this game to where I don't feel like he's going to put himself in situations to get hit multiple times like that. We're going to see a lot more sliding Cam and more running out of bounds Cam than I'll take some of these guys head up type Cam, because he knows the situation he's in.
Yeah. And I was seeing a lot of people, bro, on Get Up saying, man, Cam ain't going to last. I was basically playing devil advocate in that past question I asked you, bro. And they was talking about, yeah, this junk ain't sustainable, this, that, the third. And this is the point I had was bringing up when I was looking at it. I was like, Cam's never gotten hurt while running.
Right.
He's never gotten hurt while running. He's always gotten hurt while throwing the ball, or while he's in the pocket. That's the only time he's getting hurt. When he had his shoulder injury, he's throwing the ball, he got hit right on the shoulder. His foot injury, he's in the pocket trying to get out of the pocket. He messes up his foot. But while running the ball, he's never gotten hurt. So I was like, when they was bringing up the question, I'm bringing up is it sustainable? I was like, he can get through this. We've seen it before. I know he's older, but we've seen him never get injured with runs before. He's the biggest quarterback. He's bigger than your linebacker. He's not really affected by a lot of the hits that he's taking, even if he does take hits. And like you said, he did slide a couple of times. He did take some hits, but he did slide more often than Cam usually does. So I'm glad to see that. But I think Cam can still get through this season, though, bro, even if he's running. Because I think he's still Cam. He's still 6'5", 260, or 250, whatever he is. And like I said, he's never gotten hurt while running. So I was seeing that question a whole lot, bro. He ain't going to make it through the season. He ain't going to do this. I'm like, man, he ain't never got hurt. But he don't got a lot of help, bro. He ain't got a lot of help. He got a 34-year-old Edelman. He got a N'Keal Harry. He was looking shaky. He fumbled at the 1-yard line. The man, they should have scored way more points than what they had. But N'Keal Harry was shaky. And then after that, you really ain't got nobody. You got James White. But in Burkhead, it's just like, damn, what are your weapons, my G?
But I feel like we'll find out. This team will, like we said, it's week 1. Can't overreact too much. We see what we see right now, and we know what we've seen from these other players who are already on this Patriot roster. So I feel like just give it a couple weeks. Let's wait till the tough matchups come, and then like
they got
really,
Seahawks on Sunday. And
yeah,
I think
they got the Seahawks on Sunday. So that's a perfect game for us to like really sit here and see, okay, what is Cam gonna do with what he got? What is Belichick and Cam gonna do with what they have against a real defensive threat, against a real team that's a playoff team for their conference?
Yeah. Because Cam really didn't have crazy wide receivers when he was with when he was with Carolina either. So I don't want to say like he depends on wide receivers or whatever, but it's just like, damn, my nigga, you have nothing. You have nothing over there with New England, though. You have nothing. And I think with the Seattle Seahawks, bro, we're really gonna see, and I think that's gonna make Belichick make a move, though. Make a real move moving forward for a wide receiver. And like I said, we're gonna dive into that later. But let's move on to the Eagles versus Washington. Eagles came back on 17-0. Not Washington Redskins. Washington football team came back on them, bro. So how you feeling about the Skins and the Eagles, bro?
I'm proud of the Washington football team, whatever we calling them. Fantasy-wise, I really wish AP was still on this team. He got off with the Lions. I ain't gonna lie, he got off with the Lions, but I just really would have preferred him staying with the Washington football team. But shout out to Dwayne Haskins playing a great game. He did very, very well. I did not expect that. I didn't really expect much from him coming into this. I didn't expect him to be trash, but I didn't expect him to start out the gate the way he has. So shout out to him. I hope he continues to do well with this team. Coach Rivera over there, I feel like he's been whispering in his ear a little bit, making sure he understands how to be effective and use his abilities well. So shout out to Coach Ron Rivera with that. The Eagles.
Before you dive into it, I want to say this. And Derek, I'm talking to you. The Eagles are mid.
Oh, yeah,
mid, boy.
They
I don't
real
want to hear
mid.
nothing about the Eagles no more.
But it's like
Nothing.
it's like I'm disappointed in them in a sense, because it's like you got the Cowboys in your division who always get in their own way. So it's like, as the Eagles, all you have to do is just win your games and just prove that you're the better team in that division. It's like they get put in situations all the time when they can't rise to the occasion. The Cowboys going to shoot themselves in their own foot. They can rise to the occasion and then still shoot themselves in their own foot. Well, with the Eagles, it's like y'all just need to find a way to continue to – if you have a lead like this, keep it and then just get that win and then move on to the next week and just find a way to continuously be effective offensively. I feel like that's the biggest thing they need to worry about.
Look, the Washington Redskins, I feel like I said this before and niggas was laughing at me. I said they had one of the best front sevens last season. Mm-hmm. Folks was laughing at me when I said this because the Skins had a bad record. But I'm telling you, they had two of the best DTs and their DNs was solid already with Sweat and Kerrigan. I was like, bro, they got some of the best front seven. With Chase Young, Young was on Wits heavy on Sunday. They have a top 5 front seven already, bro. Already, and they're young. Even though Kerrigan is old, they're really young with their front seven, bro.
I got Chase Young winning Rookie of the Year. I said it before. I say it again.
Hey,
I'm winning.
Shout out to the Washington football team. Shout out to Ron Rivera, bro. He going through cancer, still getting the dubs in, bro. And I'm gonna save my take. Let's move on to the Cowboys and the Rams, bro. Oh, these the same old Cowboys, dog.
Yeah, same old Cowboys. Don't care.
Same old Cowboys.
Okay, no, even need to spend time.
Did you have them in the Super Bowl? Deep in the Super Bowl? Deep in the playoffs?
They were my top 2 NFC teams to make to the Super Bowl. But what I seen from them, I expected.
They look like the same, literally the same team.
They have no excuse to be that way. I'm not giving them an excuse or anything. It's just we've seen it before. They better not keep doing it, or otherwise it's week 1. They pulled some Cowboy stuff week 1. I'm gonna treat it like they did some Cowboy stuff, but they better not keep doing this. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to dig into them. They ain't got no excuse to not be good this year. I don't want to hear they got you got Mike McCarthy. He been with the Packers this entire time, and we all know the legacy of the Packers being a stout team throughout their entire season, his entire coaching career there. So I don't want to hear we got a new coach. Y'all got a decent ass new coach to complain. So
these are the same old Cowboys, and I feel like their offense is so boring and so not exciting for all of the talent that they have.
And let me say this. I'm gonna need Zeke to put his shirt down. I'm not gonna refeed me every time I read.
Why do you want that man to put his shirt down? That's
a stomach tattoo. First off, it's too low on his stomach. It's not the fact because I have a stomach tattoo. It's too low on your stomach. Like we're pushing groin area here. And you got feed me written across. Like I can't do that. I just had to say that. Continue what you got to say. The artwork is amazing.
Let that man rock, man. But this is what I want to say. Should we be questioning Dak Prescott more than we want to admit, bro? Because I think
you were the one saying no. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk because you were the one. You were the one. I'm gonna let you talk.
What do you mean? What do you mean he's the one? I just wanted the black man to get paid. That's all I want.
You say he deserved to get paid. So go ahead.
He does. I want the black man to get his money, but with all of these coaching staffs, but this is what I always say about Dak. I was like, if this is Tony Romo, you paying him because he has two playoff wins under his belt. I was like, if Tony Romo had 2 playoff wins, you're paying him in a second. But since it's a black man, you don't want to pay him. So that's why I always was like, I don't like how they treating him over there. But I was like, if we just looking at the common denominator on why they keep struggling year by year, we have to look at Dak Prescott.
I said this. I'm not going to talk about it. I said it. We can go back in the clips. I said this.
We have to look at Dak Prescott, bro. He's the common denominator for them struggling all these years. Can he break out of it? It is week 1, but he is the common denominator for all the struggling that's going on. I just wanted to say that. I do want the black man still to get his money. I feel like he should have been paid already, but he is the reason for the struggles.
I'm all for black athletes, black people in general, getting they just due checks. But when it's not just due because of your abilities, I'm pointing it out. And I pointed it out several times.
It was just due because, like I said, 1 year you telling him he got to win a playoff game. He wins the playoff games. Now you're saying, oh, you ain't got the yards. He get the yards. You still don't want to pay him. It's like, man, what is the criteria for getting paid with the Cowboys? I don't know. And now you say he got to make the playoffs. Now he got to get to the Super Bowl now. It's like, man, you weren't keeping all this criteria, moving the goalposts when Romo was back there. You weren't moving the goalposts. Now it's a whole lot of goalposts moving. And that's the point I was saying in the earlier NFL podcast. You keep moving the goalposts when it comes to paying that. But now I'm seeing clearly. I said, I think he should still get paid, but I see it's a common denominator that he is the catalyst for the issue, is what I would say. Hopefully that will change. Let's move on. Cardinals versus the 49ers. Are the Cardinals for real?
Oh, yeah. I said it before the season started. Cardinals for real. They're going to be one of the most exciting teams to watch this year. I love the way D-Hop performed in his first game there. Love the way Kyler Murray performed. The whole team looked amazing. They look good on offensive and defensive end. I was very impressed.
Yes, sir. Yeah. If you didn't listen to our NFL live stream, me and Egert both got the Cardinals going to the playoffs, man. So I definitely think they will be for real. I think they are a contender to look forward to. And I feel like they always play well against the 49ers, too. If I was doing picks this week, I definitely would have picked the Cardinals for this week or for this past week, bro.
Yeah, and the 49ers ain't play trash. It's just I feel like the Cardinals are the better team this year, and they just played like.
You think they're the better team? I wouldn't say all that now.
Oh, no, I said this.
I wouldn't say that. I still had the 49ers winning this division. I think the Cardinals make the playoffs, but the 49ers winning this division.
I picked the Cardinals to win the division.
Nah, you didn't. You picked the Seahawks.
Oh, no, I picked the Seahawks to win. I picked the Cardinals to be above the 49ers. My bad. I forgot the Seahawks were in the same division.
Yep. All right, moving on from that. So shout out to Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray went crazy. D-Hop went crazy. Shout out to all of them. Like I said, now we're moving on to Ravens versus Browns. Lamar back-to-back MVP?
The Browns are the Browns. We're not talking about that team. We're strictly going to talk about the Ravens right now.
Browns already tearing apart?
They were
Browns already tearing apart?
They were never together.
You don't want to answer my first question? Are the Browns already tearing apart?
They were never together to begin with. You got to be together to tear apart. Lamar Jackson, possible back-to-back MVPs. I can see it. The Ravens, definitely. I said it before the season started. I'll say it again now after week 1. Definitely still my second option to make out the AFC to make it to the Super Bowl. So, yeah, they played like it. They showed it. They look like they didn't miss a beat.
Who did you pick to get the Super
Bowl? Chiefs. I said the Chiefs have the best odds, but there are 3 teams that could stand in their way, and it was the Bills, the Ravens, and what was the other AFC team? Titans, I think.
Yeah. And I picked the Titans and the Niners? Titans and the Niners, I feel like I picked for my Super Bowl prediction. But, yeah. I don't know how I feel about that after watching week 1. Both of them look mighty shaky, but it is week 1. But that Titans game, oh my goodness. You seen that game? Dude missed 4 field goals for the Titans.
Part of me didn't want to watch because I drafted the Titans kicker.
You did? Goskowski?
Literally,
my goodness.
Literally 2 days before the game, I drafted.
Bro. They should have won by 15 points, but they only won by 1 because of the kicker.
Yep.
Oh my God, that is crazy, bro. How deep were you in the negatives with that?
I didn't even look. I lost the week before that game even happened. After Sunday, I was like, yeah, I'm not winning this week. I don't even give a damn about Monday night.
Yeah, man. But Lamar looked good. He looked like he really didn't miss a beat from last season. And this goes with the same argument I feel like with the teams that didn't have a lot of change. They're going to come off to faster starts. Like the Chiefs didn't have a lot of change. Ravens didn't have a lot of change. So they're going to get off to quicker starts into the season and get ready to go. But the teams like the Patriots that got a lot of changes, the Bucks had a lot of changes. You have to wait until week 4 until they really kick it into gear and really look like a player.
And I need people to understand this real quick before we move on to the next game. I never said the Bucks were going undefeated. I need people to stop putting words in my mouth. Because I've had several people say to me or come up to me and say, yeah, I thought y'all was going undefeated. I'm like, when did I say this? You know me. I said 10-6, 11-5 season. I've said that. We have no excuse to not go 11-5. I don't know why people are thinking I said we were going undefeated. I never said that. I don't give a damn how big of a Bucks fan I am. I'm not crazy. So, yeah, I just needed to address that. I never said undefeated season.
Oh, no.
And I said we were split with the Saints. I definitely said that. I need people to understand what I'm saying. They're not listening to the pod. I need y'all to listen.
They ain't listening, bro.
They're not listening because I said we were split with them. Never said we were beating the Saints twice. I said the only team we were gonna beat twice this year were the Panthers. I even said we were gonna split with Atlanta because I like the way Atlanta got their talent this year. So I definitely need people to understand what I'm saying with that. Stop putting words in my mouth.
All right, bro. Let's move on to the next segment, which is Two Wild Wednesdays.
Wild Wednesdays, boy.
Wild Wednesday. This will be our quote-unquote overreaction Monday version of the Q&E podcast, bro. We will give statements, and we will let you know if it's an overreaction or not an overreaction. First one from me.
Wow.
Huh? Or too wild. Yeah, my fault. Too wild or not too wild? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, my first statement. Are the Bucks overrated?
I knew you was gonna do something.
Are the Bucks overrated?
Too wild. It's week 1. Got an L. Go back to the drawing board. Chalk it up. On the week 2. Too wild.
Not too wild.
Wow.
Not too wild. But what I seen,
I
a
remember
lot to work on.
I will remember that. I will.
Next one. Will the Cowboys? Oh, my statement is the Cowboys will not make the playoffs.
For my own opinion, that's too wild. They're way too talented, and
Not
the coaching
too
is there. The coaching is there.
They are not too wild, and I will dive into my next statement. I'm gonna knock your socks off. The Washington football team will win the NFC East and will make the playoffs. And I am sticking to it as my bold prediction.
Oh, I thought you had a third one after that. I was going to say, you better not say no crazy shit after that. I thought you were going to say some real crazy shit.
Hey, had to build up the suspense.
Ooh. So,
though the Washington football team will make the playoffs and win the division. Too wild or not too wild?
Make the playoffs, that's not too wild. And win the division, that's too wild. Yeah, that's too wild. They
not too wild.
I can definitely see them making the playoffs, but winning the division, nah, that's too wild.
And this is what I would say. Like I said, they already have the front 7. And what I seen on Sunday with Dwayne Haskins, even though I don't think they have all the requisite weapons that a quarterback needs, they have some with Terry McLaurin and with Antonio Sims. But the improvement from Haskins was good. I love Coach Rivera. That is my coach. So I'm rocking out with the Washington football team. The front 7 and the quarterback improvement is something I'm looking at. And the futility of the other 2 teams in that division with the Eagles and the Cowboys is the reason I am going with this. I did have the Cowboys coming into the season, but what I've seen on Monday is the same thing as last year. And with the Eagles, they look really mid. So I'm going with the Washington football team as the division winners of the NFC East.
All I'm saying is I got the Giants being the second team in the NFC East. I said this before the season.
After what you just seen on Monday, you still rocking with that?
Giants will be the second best team in that division. I'm just saying.
Didn't Saquon Barkley have 18 rushes for 6 yards?
The New York Giants will be the second best team in the NFC division by the end of the season.
Who you say will win?
Cowboys. Cowboys gonna win. Giants gonna be second. And I think I had Washington at third.
Probably.
I can't remember who I had at third. We might have to. I gotta look back at the clips. I can't remember who I had third and fourth, but I definitely had Cowboys and Giants top 2.
Skins will make the playoffs, bro. Skins will make the playoffs and win the division. Not too wild. Next one is my last one. Russell Wilson will win the NFL MVP.
That's not too wild.
Not too wild.
And while we talking about Russ, let's go to the fact that I said earlier. It has been documented, at least by Bleacher Report, that Russell Wilson's entire career, throughout his entire career, he has zero MVP votes.
Cap.
He has not been. That has to be capped. I don't know who put that article. I don't know who made that post, but that can't be true. Russell Wilson, 0 votes. Like, you got no votes at all for MVP throughout your entire career. That has to be capped. I need to see the numbers.
Look, because I was telling this to Eggert. I was like, bro, the same year Cam won MVP, I could have sworn Russell Wilson was second. second or third. So he should have been getting votes for MVP. So the fact, because Cam wasn't unanimous by any means. So it's like he had to have been getting votes. Because like I said, he was second or third in that MVP voting, bro. So I'm like, he got no MVP votes.
That's what
I'm
I'm
like,
saying.
something is off. Something
Like,
got to be
are
off.
we? Because when they say that, when Bleacher Report said that, I'm looking like, are you guys just counting like league official votes, or are you counting the whole spectrum of fan votes, player votes, like all that type of stuff? Because we count all that type of stuff now. Obviously, Russell Wilson got votes, but if we're just talking like league official, like high-end NFL people votes, I probably wouldn't be shocked by that. But still, it's like, it's Russell Wilson. Like, 0 votes, your whole career, you have 0 MVP votes. I got to see the numbers. I have to. That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
The way he runs for his life and puts his team in playoff contention every year, that's crazy to me.
Yep. It's not too wild. Man, he just thrashed the Falcons on Monday. And I feel like he probably going to do the same thing against the Patriots on Sunday night, bro. So, Russell Wilson's starting to look like he's going to get off to a good start. And it looks like they're starting to change the offense, too. They're not really run based like they were last year. They look like they're starting to let Russell actually air it out this year, which they should have been doing. They got weapons with Lockett, Metcalf. Now you got Josh Gordon. It's like you need to be airing this thing out, especially when Russell got to run for his life in the pocket anyway. I was like, man, you might as well air it out. So it looks like he's going to get his MVP.
Will DK Metcalf become the best receiver Russell Wilson has ever had?
Better than Doug Baldwin? Probably. I would say, yeah.
Talent-wise, I could definitely see it.
Oh, yeah, I would say, yeah.
Now, when it comes to stats, obviously, we got to wait. We got to wait for at least for 3 to 4 years with DK Metcalf. We got to wait. But talent-wise right now, the way I'm looking, DK Metcalf got potential to be the best receiver this man I had. So I feel like that plays a huge part in why they're starting to let Russ, like, air it out more. Because it's like, hey, I don't think you've ever had a receiver like this. So.
All right, you got something for 2 Hour Wednesday?
Nah, you gave all of them this week. This our first week of it, but best believe by next Wednesday, it's definitely gonna be some questions.
All right, bro. Let's dive into the rankings of the week. Edgar, what is your top 5 for this week, bro? For week 1.
Top 5 for this week. I got Chiefs at number 1. Got Ravens at number 2. Number 3. 3 through 5 where it get complicated for me. 3. This is a stretch. I put the Seahawks at number 3. Even though they only played Atlanta. But I got Packers at number 4. And number 5. Who I want at number 5? This is the tough one right here. I put Bills at number 5.
For me, I got the Chiefs and the Ravens, the easiest 2. 3, I got the Seahawks. 4, I have the Arizona Cardinals.
I was thinking about putting them in there. I was thinking about it.
Arizona Cardinals at number 4.
I was thinking about it, but I was like, let me wait till next week. Let me wait.
I got the Arizona Cardinals at number 4, bro. And I got the who else I got? And I got the Saints at 5 for week 1. They will be dropping next week. I'm letting you know. This is just for week 1. They will be dropping next week. This is just for week 1. All right, bro. So let's dive into the picks of the week. So I got the schedule right here in front of me. So for Thursday night, we got the Browns and the Bengals. Who you got? Are you trying to put some money on this? Didn't we put money on this last year?
This is the most unanticipated football game of the week. It has a primetime slot. Oh, my God. This game has a primetime slot. That does not make sense at all.
Are we putting money on this? Are we putting money on this year?
$5, Bengals.
$5. No, I'm talking about, are we putting money on the whole thing? How we whoever win the most games.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we got the whole season to do this now because we started in the middle of the season. Yeah, let's do this. What's the grand prize? What, $20 at the end of the season?
20. Yeah, built up. Let's build it up to 20. Yeah.
Whoever got the most wins at the end of the season, it'll be 20.
You was about to bet me $5 on who's gonna win the Bengals and Browns game? Who you picking?
Bengals.
Oh, I'll take you up on that 5, buddy. I'll take you up on that 5. I'm going Browns. I'll take you up on that 5. Oh yeah,
All right.
oh yeah. I got
Yeah,
Browns then.
Browns at home. That's the funny part about it. The Browns are at home. The Browns are at home.
So we virtual shake. Yes sir.
All right.
Yes sir.
Oh, y'all seen that now. Y'all seen that.
Virtual shake. All right. So Bengals and Browns, you got the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got the Browns. Okay, Giants versus the Bears.
Bears at home. I'll take the Bears.
Yeah, I got the Bears. Falcons versus Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Give me the Falcons. Lions versus Packers. Matt Stafford got you thinking?
2-game win streak? Nah, I'm going with my gut. I'm going with the Packers. Going with my gut.
Packers. Yeah, I got the Packers. Vikings versus Colts. Oh, my goodness. Same old sorry-ass Phillip Rivers gave up the game last week to the Jags.
I'm going with the Colts.
I'm going with the Vikings, man. I'm going with the Vikings. Bills versus Dolphins.
I got the Bills on the road.
Yeah, I got the Bills. 49ers versus Jets.
49ers.
I feel like somebody missing. I think Richard Sherman is on IR for the next 3 weeks as well, so he will not be available next 3 weeks. But I still got the 49ers, though. Rams versus Eagles. It's a lot of 1 o'clock games. My goodness. Rams versus Eagles.
Rams versus Eagles? Hard Knocks or mid?
Literally tough decision.
Yeah, this is a hard one. I'll go with the Rams.
Yeah, give me the Rams. Broncos versus Steelers.
Who home? Who the home team?
Steelers home.
Steelers home. I'll go with Steelers.
I'll go with Steelers. I do think the Broncos will make the playoffs, though. If you watch the live stream, I do think the Broncos will make the playoffs. I don't know. I don't know if Cortland Sutton is going to be back either. He didn't play in week 1, but if he's back for week 2, I do expect a good game. But I am picking the Steelers. Panthers versus Bucks.
Oh, I got us.
Yeah, I got Bucks. Jags versus Titans.
Titans.
The Jags showed a lot of heart versus them Colts, though. I'm going to rock out with the Titans, but I seen the heart. Washington football team at the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yeah, I got the Cardinals. Ravens versus Texans.
Ravens on the road.
Yep. Chiefs at Chargers.
Super Bowl team? Hard numbers. Super Bowl team. Easy.
I thought you was about to pick the upset. I was like, oh, hold on. All right, yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs. All right, Sunday night game. Patriots versus Seahawks at the Seahawks.
I'm going with Cam. Patriots going to get that road win versus Seattle.
I'm rooting for the Patriots, but we got money on the line, so I got to go Seahawks. I got Seahawks, so we got money on the line here.
I like
with the Seahawks.
I like Cam for the first Sunday night back upset.
All right, that's a bet. I do hope that nigga win, though. No cap. All right, Saints versus Raiders, Monday Night Football.
I got the Saints.
I have the Raiders. I have the Raiders for my Monday night, man. Let's get it, Raiders. Let's go, Josh Jacobs, Derek Carr. Derek Carr had a great game, too. I want to talk to the old boy. What's the old boy name from Derek Pod?
Oh, Dwayne.
Dwayne, I hope you listening to this. Please stop comparing Marcus Mariota to Derek Carr after what I just seen on Sunday night. Derek Carr is still a top 15 quarterback in this league. Please stop trying that, man. All right, now we can move on. Games. What's the best game you're looking forward to?
Best game. Probably that Sunday night game. Patriots versus Seahawks. Yeah, that's the game I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah, ain't really too many crazy games this week. Yeah. Yep. I rock out with that. Yep. Patriots, Seahawks. Yep. Gonna see a lot from them. All right, bro. Let's get on to the regular topics, bro. So we have Alvin Kamara and Dalvin Cook get their contract extensions. I want to say Dalvin Cook got like $12.5 million per year, and Kamara got like 15, like a 5-year, 75. So shout out to both of them. I did not know they were gonna pay Kamara like that though. That's crazy.
I didn't think they was gonna do it either, but hey,
shout out to them though. Shout out to them.
See the future with them. So
yep. Next topic. I got the ACC football season could be in jeopardy if fewer than 8 teams do not play because of the pandemic. One of the games this weekend was canceled. The Virginia Tech game was canceled because multiple players had the coronavirus. So if they say less than 8 teams have it, they will not be going forward with the season. It will be postponed until whenever. They might cancel.
8 teams or more than 8 teams?
8 or less.
Oh, okay. 8 or okay.
Yeah, so if 8 teams are playing, I think you good. So it should be less than 8. So if 8 teams are playing, y'all good. So if you get to 7 teams, then you got to postpone.
I thought you meant like 8 or more like teams have it. You mean like literally like cancel games or something like that? Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. So if 8 teams cannot play that week, if 8 teams can't play that week because of their players have coronavirus or whatever, they're going to cancel the whole season or postpone the whole season because of that. So that's something they are talking about. Like I said, one game this past week was already canceled. So that's something we could be looking forward to later this week. The Big Ten is coming back.
Everybody playing again. Let's do it.
October 24th. I want to say the Pac-12 should be coming back soon. I think they already announced theirs as well. I think they said it was like mostly the advancement of technology and the advancement of testing is the reason why they're coming back and they can play now. I think they're going to have like medical testing stations on like campus and things like that. So you can be tested more quickly and get your results quickly is what I'm hearing. And that's how everybody can come back now.
Right.
And how do you feel about it though? Do you think everybody should be coming back? You think they need to come back?
I feel like might as well because if the Big Ten and Pac-12 try to wait until like spring to play and it's only those 2 leagues playing, not leagues, but those 2 conferences playing. Excuse me. I feel like it's gonna be very boring. The views are gonna be down. The money ain't gonna rake in the way they think it is. So I feel like from a business standpoint, they're also thinking like we either play now or we just don't play this season. So I feel like that's the mindset that those 2 conferences have.
And the funniest thing about this whole situation, they said they agreed to this whole coming back and returning this week. They said if they would have agreed to this next week, they wouldn't be eligible for the national championship game. But they said they're going to have they're going to come back on October 24th. So that gives them just enough time to have like a 8-game season or something like that. They're going to have an 8-game season, and that will determine if you get into the college football playoff whatever, moving down the line. But they said if they would have came back next week and agreed to it, it would have been too late because it would have been after the college football selection time. But what
I do want to say is you only got 8 games. If you're Ohio State, you can't lose. You can't lose any games. Not only can you not lose, you got to blow people out. You have to because this is a situation where a 1 loss or maybe even certain situations, depending on how it play out, a 1 or 2 loss SEC team might get the nudge over a 1 loss Ohio State team or an undefeated Ohio State team, maybe, if it's the right team with the right comparison of schedules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. So it's definitely going to be something to look forward to. SEC is coming back on the 26th. The Big Ten is coming back on October 24th. And I don't forget when the Pac-12 is coming back, but they should be coming back soon as well. Let's move on to social media wants to know. First question. Is Mike D'Antoni the best fit for the Philadelphia 76ers?
No. Ty Lue, I can definitely see that fit working. Who else? Sam Cassell, I can see it working. I don't see a perfect gel for that. But Mike D'Antoni, hell no. I don't see that as a perfect fit. I mean, the name itself of Mike D'Antoni going there, you think it's an upward swing regardless because it's Mike D'Antoni. But a perfect fit, no, I don't see that. You finna say some wild shit. I already know. It's 2 Wild Wednesday. Go ahead.
No, I ain't finna say nothing crazy. But Mike D'Antoni, like he does all of his point guards, all of his star players, will make Ben Simmons an MVP. He gonna get Joel Embiid up out of there. I can't see Joel Embiid working with a Mike D'Antoni system. I just can't see it working. So if they hire D'Antoni, I can't see Embiid being there for that long. So I could definitely see Ben Simmons really coming into his own and let him really get the reins and be the MVP that we know he can be. So I think he is the best fit for that team. So he did get fired from the Rockets this past week. So who do you think is a good fit with the Rockets, though?
I like the Sam Cassell possibility. I heard they were looking at hiring him. So he's not the top option, but I feel like Sam Cassell's been in the coaching staff long enough in the NBA to where he understands how to win basketball games. And I feel like we need more black coaches in the league in general. So I feel like why not give him that nod? He got the resume. He has the wins as an assistant coach. So, and he's not too old, not too young to where he can vibe with the players no matter what age group. So I say go ahead. Go with Sam Cassell.
I like that, man. Chauncey Billups to get over there, man. I want Chauncey.
Good too. I ain't gonna lie. That'll be an even better one. But Sam Cassell is a great fit.
I like Chauncey. Rashad Phillips. Shout out to Rashad Phillips. Definitely go follow him on Twitter. He had brought up that point on Twitter, man, and he made a good point, man. He's a player's coach. He's a leader. He's been with that Clippers organization too. It's like he wasn't like a coach, but he was always close to that team. So I feel like he can correct some of the mistakes that he's seeing from them this season and take it into a new environment with James Harden. And I feel like he would change the style of that team. It won't be the small ball lineup. They're going to go to more of a traditional lineup, and James Harden won't have the ball more. He will have the ball less, and more down screens, things like that. It won't be a James Harden-centric offense with Chauncey Billups as the coach. It'll be more team-oriented because he's been with the Pistons. And we know that Pistons team was team-oriented. It wasn't everybody. One person was above everybody else. Obviously, Harden will be the star, but more people will get involved if I feel like Chauncey Billups gets involved with the Rockets, bro. So I think that is the best fit for the Rockets, though. So shout out to Chauncey.
I ain't think about that. So, yeah, I agree with that. Either him or Sam Cassell, that'll be a good fit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Next topic, bro. A lot of rumors have been surrounding OBJ and Allen Robinson this past week. They said they tired of OBJ out there with the Browns. They shopping him. And Allen Robinson, who is the wide receiver of the Bears, they say he is looking for a trade because he's not getting an extension with the Bears. And he deleted everything that had something to do with the Bears. They deleted all of that. He deleted all of that. So he's looking for a trade. OBJ to the Pats? Allen Robinson to the Pats? How you liking it?
It's the Patriots. We know they can pull off the impossible moves. Like it's nothing at this point. So I wouldn't be surprised by that at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. And I'm gonna predict they get one of them. I don't know which one. And Bill Belichick is
they're going after Odell first, off rip.
I would disagree.
Especially
I would say they go after Allen Robinson first.
Odell been training with Cam all offseason this offseason.
That is true, but the contract is different. And Bill Belichick don't want to pay nobody. So the fact that he getting paid almost $20 million is what is really throwing me off with Odell. How much do you want to pay Odell? And is he just like a 1-year rental and you probably going to flip him the next season? Or are you going to keep him long term? And with Allen Robinson, I feel like you can get a more affordable contract out of Allen Robinson. He's probably one of the top 10 to 12 receivers in the league. And you can get more bang for your buck when it comes to him. You feel what I'm saying? Then you can get with the Odell Beckham. So I would say to go after him. But either one.
Other than money, though, I'm going for – maybe I'm just Odell biased because I really rock with Odell heavy. If I was Bill, I'd probably try to reach for Odell first.
Oh, yeah. Talent-wise, it's definitely Odell. But, yeah, Bill looking at the money. That's Bill, big money.
That's what I said. Like, besides money,
yeah,
the clear answer would be Odell. But money thrown into the situation, contract extensions and all that, then I can see where you choose Allen. But I do Odell
and it's
first.
Crazy because they have the most cap space. We talked about this before. They have the most cap space. So they can absorb a contract like Odell's and be just fine. That's how much cap space they have. So it's like, bro, whoever you get, just get them immediately.
It's a dub regardless. It's a dub regardless.
Exactly. It's a dub, bro. If you get somebody like an Allen Robinson with Edelman, Odell and Edelman,
the route tree gonna be crazy. The route tree is going to be crazy.
Oh my goodness, my G. It don't matter who they get. They need to get one of them ASAP though. One of them ASAP. All right, bro. Let's move on to the All NBA teams. They just came out this past week. I think I got it on Twitter, so let me look at them real quick. I think the first team was Luka, Bron, Giannis, AD, Harden. Was the first team. Let me get in there. Let me see. Damn. I can't find them thing right now.
I try to look it up.
Yeah, I can't find them right now. Hold on. I'm trying to find the second and third team. First team. Had it somewhere. That thing that got lost in the sauce.
I got it.
You got it? All right. Yeah, what is it?
Second team is Kawhi, Jokic, Lillard, CP3, and Siakam.
That surprised me because you remember somebody had put CP3 on that second team before. Yeah. I think it was Zach Lowe. He had put him on second team. We was like, nah, I don't think CP3 need to be second team. So it's crazy that he got second team, though.
And third team, Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler, Rudy Gobert, Ben Simmons, and Westbrook.
Ben Simmons was a name that surprised me. I didn't think Ben was gonna make. I'm a Ben Simmons fan. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't think he was good enough this year to be third team All NBA. And I feel like that was a spot that could be going to somebody like I was going to bring up Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, second leading scorer in the league, and didn't get any love. Didn't get an All-Star nod and didn't get an All-NBA nod, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So who else do you feel like was slighted by that list?
Really, other than Bradley Beal, ain't really too much to be mad at with these, honestly.
Yeah, because I'm looking at a couple of them here. They said Embiid might have been snubbed. They said Middleton could have been snubbed.
Who would you take out for Middleton? On the second or third team, who would you take out for Middleton?
Oh, nobody. I don't really rock with Middleton. But with Bradley Beal, I would have took out Ben. I would have took out Ben for Bradley Beal though. For sure.
I ain't really taking nobody out for Middleton. And I rock with Chris Middleton. I ain't taking nobody out for Chris Middleton.
Yeah. But that's crazy though. And everybody was like in an uproar on Twitter, like, man, how Bradley Beal could be the second leading scorer in the league and not be an All-NBA, can't be an All-Star. I want to tell y'all about this. I want to plug one of my videos here too. Jerry Stackhouse video. Jerry Stackhouse was the second leading scorer in the league in 2001 behind Allen Iverson. He did make the All-Star team, but he did not make All-NBA because of the team he was on. And that has something to do with the voting as well. It's like, yeah, you see your points. But the team that Jerry Stackhouse was on was like 37-45. And I want to say Bradley Beal's team was even worse. His record was even worse. So I feel like that goes in is accounted for when looking at the All-NBA teams.
But I feel like, personally, if you make the All-Star team, that has to be a nod to make one of the All-NBA teams. It has to.
No, because it's 24 All-Star slots, and it's only 15 All-NBA slots. So somebody got to get cut off.
I'm saying, if you're the second leading scorer and you make the All-Star team, you should get the nod to make one of the All-NBA teams. Now, if you're not one of the top 3 or 4 leading scorers and you make the All-Star team, then I won't be surprised if you don't make any of the All-NBA teams. But you're the second leading scorer in the league and you make the All-Star team and you don't make the All-NBA team, that doesn't correlate with me. That doesn't correlate.
Was people not fucking with Jerry Stackhouse? A lot of people sleep on Jerry Stackhouse. Definitely go check out my Jerry Stackhouse video on my YouTube channel. But yeah, he's definitely one of the most underrated players, bro. So I can see your point, but like I said, I think the record has a lot to do with people making the All-NBA list as well. Like I said, Jerry was 37-45, and Bradley Beal was like, did they even win 30 games? I don't even think they won 30 games this season.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, so it's like they look at that. So it's like you can be eating up on a bad team.
And since we're giving to all teams, the 2019-2020 All-Rookie first team was Jamal Murray, Zion Williamson, Kendrick Nunn, Brandon Clark, and Eric Paschal, or Pascal, however you want to say it. Mm-hmm. And the All-Rookie second team was Kobe White, Tyler Hero, Terrence Davis II, P.J. Washington, and Rui Hachimura. I feel like, let me get this take off. John Morant unanimously was put on the all-rookie first team, but did not unanimously win Rookie of the Year. How the hell does that make sense? That makes absolutely no sense. It was one vote. It's not like he missed unanimous MVP by 3 or 4 votes or 10 votes. No. One vote. We found out he missed unanimous MVP, not unanimous Rookie of the Year. He missed it by 1 vote. But you unanimously make the all-rookie first team. One of 2 people to only make the first team unanimously.
That doesn't correlate.
Yes, it does. I'm one of the only
correlate.
I'm one of the only 2 people who made the all-rookie team, but I'm not unanimous MVP. So it's like, oh yeah, he's the only person automatically that we're putting on this team, but he didn't automatically win Rookie of the Year. Like that doesn't
the best rookie. Out of 5 players, he was the best rookie. That's why he was unanimous. When it's a team, bro, it's different than it when it's just one player. When it's just one player, it's like, yeah, they gave Zion probably that 1 vote. That's why he wasn't unanimous, because it's just one player. It's just a one-player award. But when it's a team,
when it's the first rookie that you think of to put on the team,
yes, bro, he was probably second on Rookie of the Year list. It was probably Zion and then Ja. So you can still make the first team while being the second place on whoever voted that Zion was number 1.
Unanimously.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a team. It's 5 players. So whoever didn't vote for him with the unanimous vote, whoever didn't vote for Ja for Rookie of the Year, they voted for him in the Rookie of the Year or first team rookie, whatever the fuck you want to call that shit, first team rookie, because it's a 5-player award. So he can pick multiple people. It's just not a one-man award. It's not a one-man award, so you don't have to be unanimous. It's a difference between you being unanimous in a one-man award and being unanimous in a 5-team selection. It's a difference between that. And that's why I'm not really surprised. I seen Ja tweet something about it, but I was like, it don't make sense. Whoever didn't vote for you unanimously, yeah, you were wrong for not voting for Ja because he should have been unanimous, but it still doesn't correlate for you to not be unanimous with the all-rookie team. That correlation would mean that Ja would have been on the second team if we're going like that. So if you don't think he unanimous first team, you think you second team? We supposed to put Ja second team because he wasn't unanimous Rookie of the Year?
No, he was going to make first team regardless of whether
That's what I'm saying. He was going to make first team regardless. It don't matter who picked him.
He unanimously made first team.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how can everybody in the room, like, let's say the people who are voting are all in the room at one time, and they throw up names on the board. Okay, they're like, Zion Williamson. Yeah, he first team. Everybody else in the room like, nah, yeah. He get enough yes to make it. Next person, Kendrick Nunn. Oh yeah, automatically he's in there. Everybody in there says yes, automatically. John Morant. Oh yeah, automatically he wins it, no question. But when it comes, and then so on and so forth for the rest of the people. But when it comes to the actual Rookie of the Year award, John Morant and Zion Williamson were like the 2 finalists that everybody. Well, Kendrick Nunn too. Like that was a 3-headed race, honestly. But everybody except one person, like out of that room of people, everybody except that one person voted for Ja to win Rookie of the Year. That's why I'm not understanding. It's like you look at that name and think automatically he's on the all-rookie team, no question.
Yes, because even if he was second place in your mind, whoever didn't vote for him, even if he was second place in your mind, he still makes all-rookie first team. Even if he's not a unanimous first team, unanimous Rookie of the Year, he's still a unanimous first team selection. That's what I was telling you. Even if the dude who picked Zion number 1 had Ja at number 2, that's still first team Rookie of the Year or first team rookie team. That's what I'm saying. It's a difference between a one-man award and a 5-man team selection. So even if you had Ja at number 2 in the Rookie of the Year race, he would make first team all rookie. That's what I'm telling you. It's different between a one-man award and a 5-team selection or 5-man selection.
I just feel like it has to correlate, bro. Like, I just didn't like that. I ain't appreciate that.
It correlated to me. I feel like he should have been unanimous, but when Ja had tweeted that, I was like, it don't make sense. I was like, I don't really correlate to me. But I was like, all right, bro. What else we got on the docket? Let's move on to entertainment. We got Offset and Cardi going through a divorce. Offset look like he's still living his life, posting pics, doing what he need to be doing. So I don't know how he really taking it right now.
I mean, he cheated once before, like 2 years ago. Got caught, publicly apologized, cried on camera, gave her flowers at her concert, interrupted her concert, and gave her flowers on stage and all that. And now 2 years later, into the third year, about the third year of the marriage now, and Cardi come out basically saying he's still been cheating like this whole time. Y'all just ain't really know. I mean, some people probably had a nudge on it anyway, but publicly, like as a whole, we didn't really know what he was doing. But she's saying he's still been cheating this whole time. And I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, you nobody can defend that. We can't defend that. And she tried to stay with him, for culture and stuff like that. Like, she felt like culture just needed to have a good family unit. But she like, my daughter deserves better than to see her mom go through stuff like that. So I'm like, hey, y'all tried to do it for y'all daughter and make it work. But now it's like, hey, you still got to choose yourself at the end of the day. And that's not helping. So I can't blame Cardi for leaving. I'm upset with Offset. I'm upset with it.
She should have been left, dude, honestly, bruh. That first time he cheated, she should have been out the door. But she came back.
Like, you married, though. It's like y'all fresh in y'all marriage. Like, and I feel like she probably loved him enough to where it's like, I'm not going to let this one incident define who you are. So I'm going to give you a chance to like fix this and make this better. I feel like she not wrong for that. I don't feel like she wrong for that because y'all just got married. Don't be on no Kardashian shit. And after the first big problem, it's like
problem. This cheating, my boy. Ain't like you fucked up.
It is, but it's like y'all married. I'm not saying like just because y'all married, you got to put up with cheating. But it's like if you feel like there's a way to still make it work, try to make it work before you just reach out for divorce papers automatically. Because it's a lot of marriages back in the day, like with our grandparents and stuff like that. Dudes was cheating all the time. It's with grandparents, great grandparents.
Go back to that, man. That slave
mentality
of you gotta stay with the man because he got a family cross town. No, nah.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's like you stayed together because that's just what it was. You stayed together, and I just feel like that was the mentality she tried to have. It's like, let's try to make this work. Okay, you fucked up. You cheated. You wrong for that. Like, you need to apologize for that. You need to publicly apologize for putting me through that. And he did. But now, okay, strike two. There is no strike three because it's like strike two. You publicly humiliated me to the last straw now. So no. So I don't blame her for not divorcing him off the first time. But now it's like, yeah, multiple times. He just not listening. You got to go.
Yeah. I agree, bro. I agree. And the other thing, only other thing I have on the docket is the Patty and Gladys junk. You said you watched that junk. What you had said about it, bro? What you had said about it?
Yes, we are young, but I love old music. I'm not saying this because I'm too young. I don't know what I'm talking about. So people in the comments or whatever, don't say nothing like that. But that was a very boring versus. Oh my God. Like, it was just, I felt like I was watching two aunties have a conversation that I couldn't interrupt. Like, it was just, that was so boring. It really was. And they're older now, so they can't get hyped with their music and stuff like that, how we would want to watch them. Mm-hmm. So it was like I was watching two aunties in the living room just play their favorite old school jams. And I'm like, yeah, I can't watch this. I can't.
Well, the music was funking though. You just couldn't deal with the
fire, right? The selections were great, but the vibe was just like, yeah, I'm finna go to my cousin's house while
I feel it, bro. I feel it. You got something for entertainment, bro?
Kanye West, a lot of crazy tweets and a lot of woke inspirational tweets at the same time. Throughout this week, Kanye been tweeting he wants certain rappers to apologize to him, like J. Cole and Drake and stuff like that. He feels like he's due for a public apology from people like that. But at the same time, Kanye been saying some real shit. Although video he tweeted today of putting the Grammy in the toilet and pissing on it. First off, who the hell is gonna pick it up out the toilet? But putting the Grammy in the toilet and pissing on the toilet, it sent a good message, but it was wild at the same time. And the tweets that he made about Black ownership really stuck out to me. He was telling everybody, he's like, look, it's time for these big name artists like myself, Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole. Like, it's time for people like us to sit at a table and really try to push the envelope for Black entertainers getting their masters to their projects and to their music. Like, we generate majority of the music that's enjoyed around the world. I think somebody said like 58 to 60% of top selling music is Black people music around the world. Like, I forgot who said that, but I seen that somewhere. And I was just like, damn, like he's speaking the truth, like for real. And he was saying how it's a shame how he's one of the hardest working and most successful Black entertainers in the country or in the world, damn near, and he has to fight to get masters for a lot of the stuff that he's created. So I was like, hey, Kanye be saying some crazy shit, but on other times he be saying some shit that we gotta listen to.
Joe Budden be saying that John all the time, bro. They said it took him like 10 to 15 years just to get it out of his publishing deal, just to get like his masters and just to get his rights and just to get money for that. It's like, man, once they get a hold of your contract and your masters, man, it's feel like they got you forever. It's like it's hard to get out of those contracts. And even with the big time dogs, like with the Kanyes and with the Coles and with the Kendricks, it's like it's hard to get out of those contracts, man.
That's why I give such big props to Chris Brown. Chris Brown won the fight for his masters with a lot of, I don't know if it's all of his stuff, but a lot of his stuff he has the masters to now. So shout out to Chris Brown for that. I think that was announced either early this year or like the end of last year. But shout out to Chris Brown for that. He one of the few people who can say that.
Yeah. Bro, the masters, bro, that's the thing you can have, bro. Once you die, your people can still be getting money off your music that you was making earlier in your career, man. People can still be eating off that. So you definitely want the masters, bro. You definitely want the masters. And damn, you had something else.
DJ Envy. DJ Envy came out on the Breakfast Club today on their daily radio show, and he gave a quick story about how BET told him he wasn't Black enough. And it was partly funny because Charlamagne don't take nothing serious. Charlamagne was like, why are you mad that they told you the truth? And I was
it's funny because he was dead ass. And that's why I laughed when you told me. Because I was like, damn, they high key right as fuck.
I was like, but what's the definition of being Black enough? Like, you can't say that strictly because his
does he mean skin tone or they mean personality wise?
He literally meant like because his skin tone, he wasn't Black. Because DJ Envy always give back to the Black community. He went to Hampton, like he went to HBCU. He give back to Black communities, and like DJ Envy is for the people. So from a character standpoint, you can't say he's not Black enough. It's just literally the fact that DJ Envy don't look Black 9 times out of 10 for most people that look at him.
He look Dominican. He look Hispanic.
That was the crazy part to me.
Yeah, he look Hispanic. But yeah, bro,
Yeah,
I really couldn't blame him for that. I really could. Who told him that? You said BET?
Yeah, BET told him he wasn't Black. I think it was like early in his career when he was trying to like pitch a show idea to he was trying to pitch a show idea to them or something like that, and they told him he wasn't Black enough. And I was like, damn. But now it's funny, BET themselves aren't even really Black owned anymore. Like barely any Black in those high seats is barely any Black faces. So I'm like, that's real ironic.
And somebody had brought up the idea that they should bring HBCU games on BET. It's like, bro, you be playing the same games or same movies over and over again. Why don't you just tap in with the HBCU sports, bro? You say you for the people. You say you the Black entertainment television. Let's get some of that, bro. Show love to the HBCUs, man. It's like, man, I feel like if Black people were up there, they could be telling the white folks about it. But with the white folks being up in the higher seats now, I don't know if that will ever come into fruition. But that's something they should definitely look into, though, bro.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, bro. I heard that idea. I was like, damn, that make a lot of sense. Like, bro, instead of playing the same movies every day, just switch it up with a game. Like a Saturday, a Saturday is like game day. Every game. That would be lit. That would definitely be lit. Because when do you see HBCU games on TV? You never see them. You never see them.
It'll be on like ESPN 3 or you got to be playing a big name school or something like that. So
Yeah,
and even then, if they don't feel like it'll get the right views, they ain't gonna play you.
Yeah.
So.
Because I know the classics sometimes be on ESPNU, but sometimes it's not even on ESPNU. It's like, man, they be trying the biggest HBCU games. They ain't even gonna show on ESPN. So, yeah, I don't know what to respect, man. So, BT should definitely tap in though. And that's it. You got for that's all you got for entertainment.
Yep.
All right, we can slide into the Pass the Ox segment, bro. So, what song you got for this week?
It ain't even just a song. I've been funking the entire Detroit 2 album for the past day and a half now. And let me say this, second favorite project from Big Sean. It really is. I rock with literally every song on there. The lyrics on that song, on that album, that might be Big Sean's best work lyrically. Like for real. I listen to every single song from 1 to 21. It was crazy. He was spitting a lot of knowledge that famous people don't really say. He was saying a lot of stuff against like the government and like Western medicine and stuff like. He was saying a lot of stuff. It was a lot of bars on there that famous people don't really come out and say because of the fact that you're not supposed to say stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I really rock with it. Plus the features he had was crazy. Lil Wayne on Don Life. Crazy. Big Sean, I give Big Sean props for this. He sampled Human Nature by Michael Jackson and it snapped. Like it snapped. Once I heard the first 5 to 10 seconds, I paused the song. I was like, you can't touch this record and not snap. I was like, he better snap. And he went off. I was like, okay, bet. So Don Life, Deep Reverence with Nipsey Hussle, that song was great. And Friday Night Cypher with all them Detroit artists on there went crazy. Eminem going last with the last 2.5 minutes. I was like, oh yeah, they did something with this.
I've been hearing that joint was mighty mid. You probably the first person I ever talked to say that it was good. Like you ain't no skips on there or nothing.
Not to me, no skips.
I ain't even listened to it yet, so I don't even know for myself.
I ain't listened to it till like a day or so ago. I ain't listened to it when it first came out. I just listened to it, and I played the whole album 1 through 21, and I was like, it's no skips on here for real. Like because Big Sean, you don't look for hits when you listen to Big Sean. If hits come, then they come. But when I listen to Big Sean, I don't listen for, oh, that's a hit that everybody gonna be playing. I don't consider Big Sean that type of artist anymore. He was like that when he first came out, but he's not like that anymore. So I don't look for stuff like that.
I'm gonna have to get that a listen, man. I'm gonna have to get that a listen because I ain't even tried to listen to that junk either, man. Crazy. But mine would be See Everything But God by Conway the Machine featuring Freddie Gibbs. That would be my song of the week, bro. I've already told y'all, man, how I'm listening to music, bro. Conway, Benny, and Freddie Gibbs, bro. That's my circle. That's my rotation for right now, bro. But that is it for the podcast. Edgar, you can hit it with the social media.
Before I do the social media, because I know my dad gonna watch this, let me go ahead and I forgot to say this way earlier. We were talking about basketball. He wanted me to highlight the fact that Jokic was basically touring with them in the last couple minutes of the game.
He was.
With like the behind the head passes and all that. He felt like that was like real major news to say. I guess because they was just beating them that bad. He was like, y'all got to talk about how Jokic was just playing with him at the end. I was like, I don't feel like
it was real. I peeped that. It was real disrespectful. I peeped that.
It was. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, shout out to Jokic for that. Shout out to my dad for plugging that in, saying we need to talk about that. Jokic definitely was disrespectful, and he had the right to be. We came back down from 3-1 on y'all and embarrassed the hell out of y'all. So I agree with that.
For sure.
But social medias, you can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at Q_N_E_podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page, Q&E Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Q&E Podcast. Click the notification bell and hit all so you can see anytime we drop new episodes. Our email, QANDEpodcast@gmail.com for any business inquiries, questions, concerns, fan mail. We'll try to get back to you as soon as possible on there. Quincy's Twitter is Q_Hicks3. Mine is Edgar Martin 97. His Instagram is QHitsProduction. Mine is Edgar Martin Official.
Yes, and subscribe to us on all of our podcast platforms. Wherever you listen to your podcast, we are there. The big ones are Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. So definitely check us out and subscribe. And subscribe to me on YouTube. Type in Quincy Hicks into the search bar and definitely press that subscribe button. Last video was the rise of Tyrell Terry. And definitely go check out that Jerry Stackhouse, what I brought up earlier, man. Definitely check that out. And we appreciate y'all for listening. And we out. Peace.